friends, here is a public video about Armenia and Armenian people, also Armenian police, Armenian government. In Armenia, just a few days ago, I was walking on a street which I was delivering some kind of stuff. A home dog attacked me. That was last week, I think so. What I noticed about dogs and animals and even people here in Armenia, that they are so aggressive. You barely find someone who is kind, or even who is have a kind of decency or even gentleness, treating people with a good morals or a good attitude even though. The problem is that I noticed that since I came to Armenia, since I arrived to the Armenian airport, I noticed also that the church in Egypt also had been kind of making up situations, putting people who converted into Christianity or who even announced their face for the Christ and believing in Christ in so many bad situations. That had happened with me in Egypt, that had happened with me also here in Armenia, also that had happened with me even in Denmark in 2014. The purpose is putting people under stress. I didn't get it until today. Why they do that? Why they stress people out? Why Christian people persecute those who had converted from Islam into Christianity, even announced that they are Christian. That appear that they didn't welcome us as a people who converted into Christianity. Not even that, but in Egypt in 2009 or 2008 in Alexandria, a person had went to a church and he bombed that church. After that, I read the investigations, and they said that they allowed him and his a woman or a girl was with him to enter the church because they acknowledge them as people who converted from Islam into Christianity. So I also can guess that the Egyptian church had even made up that situation to force that person in Alexandria in Egypt to bomb the church while he was in Egypt. Maybe he had been converted really from Islam and into Christianity, but under those kind of stressful situations that the Christian people do force those who converted from Islam into Christianity to face, like sleeping on the streets while all Christian people have homes, have hotels, have projects. Me myself, I had been working in a factory owned by a Christian man, and he know my situation, that I had converted from Islam into Christianity, and he just fired me from the factory after a while, and he know that I don't have a place to stay in, I don't have a job in Cairo, I don't have anything, so I just was forced to be in in a street, living in a street, sleeping on the street, even eating from the garbage, and because he didn't pay me my salary. In that kind of situation, I don't actually understand the perspective of the churches in Egypt or in Denmark or even here in Armenia, why they do make people suffer. Why the Christian people make those who are new to Christianity suffer a lot to live a normal life, to even getting married or have a job or even having some help from the church as a money or even as a social help. I'm trying to understand why they create such situations for people who are even stable, who are even don't need them. Me, myself, and my family in Egypt, and my family situation in Egypt and in Alexandria, it doesn't force me to convert into Christianity to have such a benefits like money or even job or even whatever. I had been working in Islamic Center in Denmark. I was leading Muslims even in Egypt. I was leading Muslims in prayers. So I don't need such a thing to seek help or whatever from the church. So I don't actually understand what is their perspective, what is their morals, what is the motivation, what is their motivation to make us suffer like that. Even in Armenia, as a Christian country, the government makes so many loads on those who are converted from Islam into Christianity and even who are seeking asylum, seeking help from the church. Even the church kind of making everything hard for those who are new into Christianity. I don't understand why. Maybe because they think we are less than them. They treat us as a second hand people or second whatever. I don't understand what is their perspective, what is their motivation to humiliate us, to even treat us with a bad attitude. I don't even see any reason for those kind of situation that happens against me, myself personally in Egypt or in Denmark or even here in Armenia. People here in Armenia, churches and even jobs, most of jobs, whatever are Egyptians or even most of Armenians, not some of them, most of Armenians, even they do treat people who work for them so badly, especially those who are working in how to call in jobs like cleaning, delivery, or even those kind of jobs that is not require so many qualification like degrees or something like that. I know some people even was working in cleaning or cleaning streets while they are even doctors. They have degrees from the college in Egypt, like they are doctor, like they are not dentist or something like that, but they are doctors. They can help people to heal or something like that. They don't have PhD, but they have even masters, and they had finished and ended and graduated even from so many different college, have many different diplomas, and they just make them clean streets. Here in Armenia, I have been facing so many different kind of situation with hostels owners. like since I even came the first day to Armenia, since I even came, I faced a lot of so many bad situations. Last one, he just fired me from the hostel at 12 o'clock, middle of night, putting my belongings, my bags, my clothes, and everything on the street, beating me on the street. I called the police. The Armenian police even didn't take any action against him until today. The Armenian police didn't even call back or didn't make any investigation. In, um, in also a kind of another situation here in Armenia, I was working or agreed to work with some people here. We had a disagreement and it doesn't work. The job didn't work well with them, and I called the police. What happened is that the Armenian police even also didn't respond to the call, and he hadn't investigated anything, and he even hadn't done anything. I find that so many of different things of my belongings getting cut, some people cutting them, even my motorbike that I work in delivery with, I find that the standing steel get broke. Even a lot of my belongings at the room that I do live in and I was living in before getting cut or even getting spoiled, many things. The situations and those all situations I have been facing in Egypt as well, in Denmark as well, and repeated here in Armenia. There is no meaning unless one thing, that the church keeping persecuting those who are converting from Islam into Christianity, and even those who had announced that. For what purpose? I don't know. For what reasons? I also don't know. Why they keep doing that to those who had been announced that they had converted? Why they even the churches in wherever trying to make such a stressful situation to people that they converted from Islam into Christianity, and when thus this situation will end against us, those who had converted from Islam into Christianity and announce their faith in Christ. I don't know, I don't understand, and I even didn't find any purpose for those kind of persecution in Armenia or even in Egypt or even in Denmark. But what a conclusion that I reached to it, that is also Armenia one of the most dangerous places that you can live in, because if normal drunk men attack me many different times without any reason, people even broke my motorcycle standing steal, or even steal my money, or even broke my motorcycle mirror, the motorcycle that I rent to the church actually rented for me to work in delivery. In fact, when I find people just destroying everything, trying to make stressful situations in everything without any reason, without any purpose, I'm wondering why they do that, why they persecute people who are strangers, people who are not in a situation that they could even face them or respond to them currently, I forced to hold the knife and some kind of stick to defend myself if someone attack me, or if even any dogs attack me on the street, or even if any drunk man attack me on the street, because that situation had been repeated with me, and I called the police, and the police didn't done anything to those who had been attack me with their hands, even if they are in their conscious mind or not in their conscious mind, I mean drunk. The police didn't done anything. And also for the dogs are so dangerous here at the country. You could even walking peacefully and just going to any place in Armenia, and you find a random dogs attacking you, or even home dogs attacking people, because the dog that had been attacking me here in Armenia was a home dog. It should be have much friendly behavior to strangers. So even animals here in Armenia are so dangerous. Not only people, not only men are so aggressive, are totally even lacking of decency and lacking of gentleness with people, especially those who are humble and even lower than them in the, how to call, those who are poor people like me. I'm poor here, and I don't have a family, and I don't have even money to pay rent, or even to have a place to live in. I live in a hostel. Like, even if anyone, even my life in Egypt was better than in Armenia. So even Egyptian people in Egypt are better than Armenian people here in Armenia, or even Iraqi people when I was in Iraq. So many different situations here in Armenia. I had been through so many different experiences that I had been through here in Armenia with churches, or even with pastors. You cannot imagine that one pastor here in the church in Armenia told me that they make steps and they make stressful situation against those who are converting from Islam into Christianity just to test their faith. This is not following the Holy Bible at all, and it's not written that you have to test those who had been converted from Islam into Christianity, or who had been converted from whatever religion into Christianity. They making so many hard and bad situation here to those who had been converted from Islam into Christianity as well. Also in Egypt, I had been arrested in Egypt because I had announced that I had converted from Islam into Christianity. I had been arrested more than 5 different times in 3 or 4 different cities in Egypt, in Cairo, in Sharm el-Sheikh. Sharm el-Sheikh, I have been arrested more than 3 or 2 different times. The situation that happening in Egypt to those who had been converted from Islam into Christianity, and even repeated here in Armenia, and even had been happened before with me or against me in Denmark, is such aggressive situation, non-friendly situation against those who had been new into Christian faith. People should treat those who had been converted from Islam into Christianity, or from whatever religion into Christianity, with decency, with welcoming them, or even teaching them the Christian religion or the Christian faith, teaching them the Holy Bible, teaching them the basics of the Christian faith with a good way, affording their need, if they need a home, if they need a house, if they need food, if they need money, if they need job. They became a burden on those who had been converted from Islam into Christianity, especially in Egypt, and also in Denmark, and even in Armenia. Those situations that had been happening, and those experiences that had been happening against me, myself, personally, and those who had been converted from Islam into Christianity, it's such a kind of non-friendly situation. I think I will end my live broadcast at the moment, and we'll talk again. Have a good day. Anyone, please have any way to help or even to advise, please, you are welcome. Have a good day. Have a good night. Sweet dreams.